Well, hello again, friends. Looks like we have a working stream. A little bit better with timings today. And here we go. So, a quick trip over to Corsica. If there's any interference in the background. Hopefully the levels are all okay. Thanks for watching. So, we're off to Corsica for civilian international airports. We're off to Ajaccio. Birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte. Looks like quite a nice seaside town, and some interesting approaches. So, without further ado.
Welcome to Hot Start Flight Support. How can we help you today?
Well, hello Jenny. There's only one jet, and I want it. A bit more time to get ready. Still two crew bags. We'll take some fuel and nothing else.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
Great. So exactly the same spot. It's a lot less busy. Let's see. There was some traffic here earlier, but nothing else. Oh, I tell you why. Because I'm not actually online yet, so let's load up X-Pilot. Let's see what we get. So Malta's got a lot of construction going on. There's AIP subs, loads of things going on. So maybe the runway is closed. It was no time to close, but there could be an AIP sub, which of course I didn't check. This is updated scenery from the gateway. As you can tell, the lines look a bit better. I don't think that the double lines are. Anyway, ATC wise, we've got Athena radar, we're not going that way. And Roma North, may speak to them. There. AOR. Scenery wise, I haven't figured out how to get all of these doing their things yet. It does add some immersion if they stick to their the roadways. A little bit repetitive. Anyway, the jet looks alright. Take a little walk around. Keep shocks out. And there's stowage from covers in the door. Maybe that'll be modelled someday. Stick them in here. Stair lights as well. Sort of thing. So the wings are free of ice. It's very cold, funnily enough, down in Malta. Still on about 15. It doesn't matter to the nearest half hour. If you're watching, please say hi. And of course we can't open it up yet. So AP battery connection, that's why the main battery connection's disappeared from there, because there's a physical interaction to come with the baggage. Not either. But that used to be an option in the menu, but it's modeled now, so. Good. I am going to open this up, get it for the hopefully we're coming back to a nice clean aeroplane. Might rent a plane, that doesn't always happen. A lot easier to tidy up at the end of the day, even though you want to go home, is this time something that slows you down. So, publications, I have, the only paperwork I've got is that trip log. Be filled in. Circuit breakers. In. There. Down there. There's an axe somewhere. The emergency equipment. Hydraulic pumps are all off. Down here, no steerings. Landing gear lever is down as it is on my hard. The flap lever green. That position. ADG manual base is stowed. Best. And so, go to so DC 22 volt minimum with 5. I haven't extracted that as a screen yet. If you do want to see it while I'm running through the checks, because obviously I have my own copy, so I don't have to look at it. I can certainly make that happen. The only issue is it's the other way around and it has the clock on it. So I'm going to add that. I'll work it too. Later on. So DC electrics checked. Down here's the FireX monitors. One, there we go. 1 and 2 left and right. Squibs okay. APU 1 and 2 okay. Fail. 5 cool.
Jet pipe overheat.
5 warning.
Jet pipe overheat.
But not very. Nav lights are already on. Start up the APU. So we should have 2330. We're indicating 2320, so that sounds about right. It is 1325. And the APU is starting up. So some places will have a time limit. So APU gen off. Establish power, so standby. The APU is running and the generator is offline. Now it's on. I think it's decent now. Buses are running apart from the utils and the battery chargers.
Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
Checked.
Nav lights, logo light.
The logo but the navs are on.
Cockpit lights.
Set.
Lamp test. Duct monitor.
Bleed air duct.
5 warnings. Red
Bleed
switch
air
lights.
duct.
And that was okay. Yes, it's there. It's okay. Okay.
FMS database status.
That over. Clear everything out.
FMS flight plan uplink. ADES.
So, plan recall. Bin number in SimBrief, but you can use the others, that's quickest. You can do ATIS over here. So I'm going to get the terminal weather. Kilo Juliet. There's where we're going. And our alternate is A. Got that wrong. LFML is Marseille, isn't it? Yes, no problem.
Anti-skid.
Test.
Nose door.
So it shouldn't come down. Just still up, the door is open. I'll clear around apart from the fueler.
Hydraulic 3A pump.
On.
Brake pressure.
Just waiting for 1000 psi, which we have.
Parking brake.
Set.
Nose door.
Make sure that's closed. We've got to take the pins out, so we're going to hold here. While we wait for the fueler to pop in.
All right, Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need. Or would you like to go tanks full today?
So, our block fuel is 2980. Got 2330 on board. Gives us 650 divided by the density, which is 0.809. Gives us about 805 litres. Round up to 840.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
So the other three there need fuel. Okay, test the high levels. There we are. Let fueling commence. Take too long. Uplift all of that fuel. Let's go do the nose. Bits.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
Away with my headset off. So I don't think we have a way of refilling any of the hydraulic pumps.
Refueling is complete, Captain. Do you need anything else?
Would we ask for 2980 or 2950 with a bit of lag? No, that'll be fine.
Okay, just one quick signature on here. And I'll
So
be
we
on my
got
way.
839.8 litres, 67. So paid for 90.
Here's a copy for your records.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.
So if we were given 840 times 0.09, that gave us 680. So total 0. Been burning. Been loading. Which was quite quick. Pumps on. Working. On off, low pressure. Both.
Electric panel.
Chip one
AC DC utility switch.
on, light out.
Start ignition panel.
All out.
Fuel panel.
2, 3. Greens. 3. Sensors off. The pump.
APU LCV. Tenth stage isolation valve.
Open.
Packs.
On. Lights off.
Air conditioning panel.
So now extinguished, guarded. Temperature set. Cabin.
Pressurization panel.
Differential parameter is 0. Man 8. Man out is centered. To the left. Man manual indicated and ICAS out. Light captions. Depress is out, extinguished and guarded. And then we've got to set pressures, etc. So the elevation in course should be pretty close to the sea. 19 feet. Enough. The current METAR of the OFP. There's some SIGMETs in row from severe turbulence. Row's got severe turbulence. Have a look at that on the map. So Napoleon Bonaparte Airport 1031, still some high pressure. So something like that. Field elevation and selectors aligned with the pin.
Bleed air panel.
Tops all out. Bottoms all.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
It's down here and out.
Cal anti-ice switches.
On, no caution. Hard to get from here out.
Anti-ice panel.
So wing switch heat is off, the left and right heats are extinguished, left and right cals are out. Shield heat tests okay. No heat. ADEXI detection. Checked. Overheat or raw.
Wing overheat.
Auto warming.
Wing
ATS test okay.
overheat.
Emergency lights.
So they are currently off with caution. One, info caption, check them, and on model. Auto, no caution.
Passenger signs.
On,
ELT.
armed.
Glare shield panel.
Set initially for departure, good enough for me.
Crew and passenger oxygen.
1870 psi, 1880 just. And of course we check each of us our masks.
DCU warning panel.
Out extinguished and guarded.
CDR.
Hold. Test. Light comes on.
Audio panels.
Set as we were, ground on 121.6. I have a look on VATSIM. I don't think there's no one to speak to, so COM1 will put 122.8. And I will switch to common mic 1. Turn that up.
SPS system.
Stall protection is on both sides. Stamp trim 1 goes in. Strip goes all the way down. Disconnect. SPS left and right. Still fail. Ignition A and B. Still warning. And a stick shaker. Disco. Done.
Integrated standby instrument.
It's slightly higher than 1013. Get the weather in a minute. 105. Serviceable.
Clock.
1x0 UTPs.
EFS ICAS. Main landing gear bay overheat.
That's the fail. But it's the overheat.
User bay overheat.
Or warning.
TOS warning switches.
Out, extinguished, and guarded. Test. Get over here.
Flight slope. Pull up. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Terrain, terrain, pull up.
Pitch and roll disconnects.
You can see them here. Stowed.
Ground spoilers.
No.
Thrust reversers.
No buttons are pushed out. And we can arm them both. With the appropriate caution. So checked and armed. And
Thrust levers.
left full, free, shut off. Shut off.
Engine speed switches.
Both on.
Engine vibration check.
3.5.
Oral warning.
Both work.
Smoke detector.
Smoke toilet, smoke baggage.
Smoke.
Trims. Mock trim.
So 1. Stamp suit in op. Disconnect. Stamp trim. Stand 1 in up. Disconnect. 1, 2, in. No call. No call. Pitch is set. I'm not going to check the others.
Yacht Ampers.
2,
Reversionary inhibit switches.
set. Switch lights are out.
IRS.
3 in nav.
CPDLC.
There's no one doing it.
TCAS.
TCAS system test OK.
Correct.
ADES and clearance.
So there's no one to give us any clearance. Can at least call them weather. So the 21st at 13:15 Zulu. Matic report 350 14 variable between 320 and 020. Cav OK if you remember the definition from yesterday. 134024. No SIG. So clearance wise, let's have a look at the airport chart. 350, so that's pretty much favouring the longer run. I'll figure out about whether or not we take the full length. It seems like a bit of an unnecessary taxi. We will have to enter and backtrack. We can't exit at one of the high speeds. How wide is the runway? Might be able to get away. Just doing a turn on the runway. Or vacate Delta. No, they would let us go back in Charlie. It looks high speed. But it must let you down because there's a turning point at the end. We don't need to waste time taking up the whole run.
FMS flight plan. Wind update. Perf.
Index. Secondary flight plan. So our route. Kilo Juliet. Gleamer Field. So 3 Delta to Gozo. 622 DEXI, ADUKA, ABKON, so Juliet 19, TEREZ to probably does take us to Idle, but I haven't looked at the arrival. The routing is correct. So the outside air temperature said was 13. And now, so some time later. Do the high performance takeoff because the packs like it. Let's have a look at VNAV while I think about it. The transition altitude here, let's have a look on the departure. It is indeed 5,000 on arrival. It's by ATC. Approach plates. 5,000, so I think it's going to be 6.5. Show that high. Wait, does it go the other way around? I did have a cheat sheet that I'd printed out with this on, so failing that, I'm going to have to quickly look it up. thought Skybury had. No, of course they don't. Supplementary instruction, but they don't have just a copy of the table. So, on arrival, we're expecting 1031. Boundary is 60. So 5,000 feet. 60. So perf in it, we're expecting max. With them about 80 kilos. Go for the sensed fuel. The alternate is 240. And off my OFP, zero fuel weight should be about 13. It's close enough. So ample runway, how much do we need? 029, let's have a look at the charts, spots and takeoffs, and we're going to be on 3-1, we can go from Bravo, Charlie, Delta or Golf. Golf only gives us 1847. Delta and Golf are pretty much next to each other. 100 meters apart. So we might be able to taxi down to Golf, just enter that taxiway, sorry Delta, go from Delta or Golf. Scribbling these down on the OFP for my own benefit. So even if the wind changes a bit, it's not a huge difference by ample margin. So I'm going to send those through. Departure, initial climbs 5,000. Unless otherwise cleared, we'll be clearing ourselves. It's essentially, we're on the 3 Delta. 1.6 DME, left 305, track 8 miles, and then turn right to the VOR above 2.5. So let's check that. 315 Bravo, yeah, well that just rounds 1.6, rounds up to 2 on 315, which is the runway heading. Sorry, the runway track. So looking at the chart, 312 is the runway heading. We need 5. Do that yeah. 105 is set. That's what the DME is based off of. Mike. Ah, there are 2 different ones. Which should we? Did I have anything nav source? I didn't. And then we need 1157, show up. Should so 7. There's actually no DME, so we could hold the DME and then different one in which I might try for my own for my practice. So DME hold on that, and then 7 on nav1. You go. You see how that works. You're holding the DME, and so I will pick up DME off the localizer for the departure, and it's listed as held here in blue, the ident, and then VOR1. Interesting, it says turn right. So we're 3 Delta, yeah, left 305, 312 and 3. So let's check those legs. Say 8 miles. Yeah, turn right direct to the VOR. Happy. 2.5 above. Good. And wind update. So done. Update. Yashmani, hi. Thanks for joining, friend. What I will do is just the arrival latest, and at least if it comes in, we'll get notified of it.
Takeoff data.
Takeoff data was done.
Avionics and charts.
So avionics PFD I've got set happily. Slide. That.
Flight instruments.
So go rest toga. Arm nav. Currently on VOR1. I need to switch the nav source. S1. 2 3 0. Direct. First waypoint is erect. What I can do is there's the PFD. As you can see there, horizon's level. We have 357 degrees, which is to be expected. FMS is now FMS is the nav source. First waypoint selected, 315 Bravo. No restriction on it. Speeds. Initial heading 312 matches the runway. We're going to go left 305 and then direct. These speeds V1s 13, 1, 5, 200. And sire on the nav, out select. 5 is the initial cleared. PSI 0. Principal elevation to the airport. 300 feet is the airport elevation, so we're close enough for that. 1024 set, 88 point. For the thrust rating with M1TO in front of us.
Departure briefing.
We discussed that at length.
Emergency procedures. Pins, covers, chocks.
Done.
Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat.
They're all on.
Flight compartment checklist complete. Engine start checklist next.
So we're just waiting for the packs now. The wind updates come through so we can execute that. Timed out, not available. That's fine. To be expected. Suppose easier to have this one. Set on our data link. Change and update that if we need. So we're just waiting for passengers. There's 22 in the cabin. See the outside air temperature. 13. Yeah, I suppose maybe not that warm. .45, so it had updated. 360 at 12. Still variable. It's now 10k with few at 4,000. 13 with a G. Getting drier, 1024 still. So we've gone from 1029 to 106. Again, negligible difference when the minimum of is 1847 available. And that's factored as well, rather than just the ground roll. Packs. How does the PFD look on screen? Does it detract much? Be better the other side, be better smaller, be able to see it as much. I can adjust it, but I mean that's just a dirty insert that I did yesterday. Ryanair. So what we can look at is the arrival weather. Think about our arrival, get there and it comes a surprise. 2508. So runway layout 250. That would. So I think they'll accept up to a 6 knot tailwind for use on 02. Airport briefing, special instructions, so lots of hills around. So high ground in the vicinity of the airport, circling and VPT prohibited at night, night visual landing 20, prohibited for IFR, landing 20 prohibited at night for VFR. So I have a EPL, see on the channel some real flying. I do not have a type rating for this jet, however. Landings during the day, VP2 to 20 preferred, up to 6 knot tailwind, also limited to 20 knots if the runway is wet. So, that in mind, the wind looks like it's favouring. .1330 Zulu. So 2508. nav OK. 13, 3 and Q. Go. So approach wise, I'm going to assume, I'm going to pretend that we've got approval for the RMP. Use conditions. Procedure specific approval for the VPO of more than 3.5. I think this is approved standard up to 3.5. That doesn't make it a steep approach, so we don't need the additional. Although, as we've discussed before, steep approach in this aeroplane is just a few settings. There's no technical capability that's different. It gives us an RMP of 0.3 for landing. So let's have a look at the arrival. Star gets us to idle. That actually takes us to the wrong spot. So where do we need to break off? 600. There's no easy link to these. There's 3000. We could probably go to Lasva and then turn. We're going over the top of the airfield where there's an NDB and a VOR, so 365. So I think I'd prefer looking at it to go from 601. That's going to throw us around all over the place. So it's not broad. I want display into flight plan mode. I think it's something I don't have it mapped for. Oh cool, you fly the ATR-72. I know nothing about that aeroplane. Incidentally, you can get hardware versions of these now, which is incredibly tempting because it would make, although I've got lots of buttons, none of them match up. So I know there is a way to do prog. These are all the data pages. Here is it. That's the people. Yes, please, big cheese. Is it down on the display panels? So I don't. Let's have a look. What have I got set up? So I got the summary on one, AC, DC, flight control. And I can box the CAS with that one. Index, of course it is. There we go. And does that display it on screen or not? Doesn't. That's my bag, so that's not one. I want to be able to step through the route and I forget how to do it. course the delay is quite significant on the chat and the stream, because we're coming straight overhead the airport. We are coming to TEREZ below flight level 140 Romeo Bravo, which is the NDB with no restriction. 506 below 100. 810 at max 220, yes. LAVSA and then idle. But that's going to take us around the houses, so lower format on the CCP for plan mode. See, you know this on the back of your hand. Right, so I don't have a button map for that, of course. There we go, that has changed. MFD advance and step through. Perfect. So really I need to map something to that. I've got loads of buttons spare, it's just trying to remember. Like, oh no, that was exactly where I wanted it. Anyway, there's TEREZ. I assume I'm going to have to zoom in here. There we go, so that takes us over the top. So 506 to 810, LAVSA. I think we really want to swing right there. If we'd have gone via Pollup, it probably would have been better because we'd have been coming this way and could just bunk off. So, do we want to go in, over the top? Teardropping into that. Swing a right at LAVSA, most sensible course of action. Maybe, so that's 5 miles. 5-mile ring. See what that does.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight Support. Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
Yes, please. Get going.
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else?
That's it.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
And then if I take that one out. So it all is the IF, but of course not going to be the IF for us. 600 is. No, it isn't. Well, that's interesting. Right, let's cancel that mod. Because it comes to the arrival. I picked vectors, that was my mistake. Right there. Over the top. 810. Are we going to make that, or is that going to be somewhat unpleasant? Left. Be tight turn. They're turning us towards terrain 2700, the MSA-37. Should be above that. So let's try something like 300 at 3 or 4 miles. Yeah, I suppose you do make a good point actually, because the missed approach for this does have 601. 601 has a hold out here as part of the mist, so we could go the way out to that. I'm just trying to be expeditious, so we're going out over the sea.
Hello, Captain. Hope you are doing well today.
There's our packs.
Great. There's nobody else coming along today, so as far as we're concerned, we're all good to go.
So why don't we just go like this, just to tidy it up for the time being. Why did that not work? Because I've still got some crash pad. Unpleasant, but we'll slow it down, be aware of it, and figure it out. The initial approach fix is Kilo Juliet 600, so that's where we need to be. Out to the west, the MSA is 37. The approach sector gives us 3. It's then, can't quite see how many track miles, but at least another 5 track miles until we've got a platform altitude of a mandatory 3, which is at, there we go, 3. Perfect. Just a little bit worried about that turn towards rain. I'd rather come out. Do like a teardrop. But anyway, see how we get on.
Engine start checklist. Doors.
Let's go shut the door.
Malta traffic air Malta 101 is on the base leg for runway 31.
Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
What have we got? 140 kilos, that's within.
Beacon. On. Fuel boost pumps. On. Ignition. Armed. Engine 2 start.
So, let me just double check there's no ATC. I don't think there is because we just heard someone. Excuse me, there is not. How's the PFD, by the way? So, master start number 2. Our crew have given us clearance start number 2, so we start engine 2. So oil pressure, N2 rising 20%, less than 120, check, N1's turning, fuel on, fuel flow increases, ITT's increasing, oil pressure is increasing.
Traffic running 61 uniform Charlie's push back on step 4 to east.
55% coming up.
Fuel system.
Start's gone out. Turn those off while we wait for the engine to stabilise. 6, 2. Left pump, right pump, left's not running, so we should have a left low caution. Caution left low. Checked.
Engine 1 start.
Malta traffic air Malta 101 established on the ILS 31, 12 miles out.
Clear start engine number 1, start engine. N2's rising, oil pressure's rising. 20%, less than 120, M1's turning, fuel on. ITT increase, fuel flow increase, oil pressure's increasing.
Engine start checklist
Standby.
complete.
That's a good
checklist. Next.
Good shout. I will have a look in a moment. It's, what did we start at? 14:16 with 29:30.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
So that's caution gens off.
On, checked AC and DC.
So
Ignition.
AC checked, DC checked.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. Cowl anti-ice. On, check 45 seconds. Flight controls.
You guys can't see that. Elevators full free correct. Aileron full free correct. Rudder full free correct.
Ground spoilers.
So auto, they're not out. Disarmed, they don't come out. Armed, both come up. Both retract.
Flight spoilers.
All up. Off. Light to half. Load. Load.
Cowl anti-ice.
Advisories on. Lights on.
Supplemental
Malta
ground
traffic at
wing
Malta
anti-ice.
101 is on a 7-mile final runway 31.
Test on. Fuel balance.
So it's within, but I am going to level it out.
Trims.
T3 set for takeoff.
No steer.
I should have got the chock out earlier. Chock's out.
Armed. APR.
Test 1. Okay, test 2. Okay.
ADG unit. Lights on.
Lights off.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Waiting on that. Right, so 106 to 600. Yeah, I'll have a look. Once we get to cruise, I'll have a look and I'll plumb that in. Although I think my iPad's going to die, so I need to grab the other one. There it is.
Cal anti-ice.
Malta 101, 3-mile final runway
Wing
31 for
anti-ice.
landing.
North. 14th stage isolation valve.
Open, light on, out, off.
Wing anti-ice.
So 2 green, yellow N2, and wing anti-ice on. Standby.
Checked. Off. ATS.
Does that need a delay?
TO. ATC TCAS.
I'm happy with that one for the moment. It depends on the airport, doesn't it?
TARA.
Malta 101
After start
landing runway
checklist complete.
31.
Taxi checklist next.
Oh, is it not? So the headset cut out again. So the help text that comes with it says test standby as well. You know, the one that comes up. You just can't see it on screen because obviously it's in the width of mine on the right hand side because my screen keeps going over here. Anyway, clear left, clear right.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
So let's get the airplane rolling. Get away from the traffic. Anti-ice is not required.
Brakes and steering.
So full left rudder works, so do all the instruments. Brakes work. Right, where are we going? We can only get out the way we came back in, so we're going to go down here, do a right, and then do a left, and we'll have to backtrack. Hold short just in case this guy wants to come off here, although I very much doubt he will.
And Ryanair 61
Right.
from Charlie is taxiing to runway holding 131 by uniform and Charlie.
Reverse thrust.
Can I do the reverse thrust stationary? I guess I can. So he's going uniform and Charlie. Prefect 99 is Taxiing runway 31, we're going to hold short of hotel, and when there's a gap we'll backtrack to get down to apron 9 towards traffic. Actually, he's going to take a while. Prefect 99 is entering backtracking runway 31.
Multi-101, just vacating runway 31, multi-traffic.
This is all going to work out quite nicely. Why does this have a closed? What caution did we have? Or was it the fuel flow? I don't think this is closed, but I could be wrong. Oh no, this bit is, so I haven't even gone onto the runway. Let's try and get around here. How embarrassing.
Multi-traffic and multi-101, clear of runway 31, taxiing to runway, taxiing to stand 4, sorry.
Oh, now we're stuck. Always pay attention to those closed signs. How did I end up here? I know how, because this is a very small child. I think you jinxed me, Toto, by saying, as soon as we're having fun, merry-go-round in the background. Check those reversers.
On the traffic to the other departing traffic, would you like to go first? How do you need full length?
If that was for Prefect 99, we haven't entered, so we'll hold short down at hotel and let you go.
Ryanair 61 Uniform Charlie UK, we will enter the runway 31 and backtrack and try to take off as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you've just entered, so Prefect 99 will enter backtrack and we'll vacate for apron 9 and try and be as quick as we can as well. Towards traffic. There we go. Thrust reversers checked.
Taxiing the de-ice. Pause checklist here until a paper de-ice checklist is complete.
No de-ice. There's a wild ride for the packs.
1-3 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked. Radar weather. On. Takeoff briefing.
So let's clear the runway first, and then we'll brief as we get down and vacate. Maybe at Echo.
On runway 13.
They've got a long backtrack as well, so I think ours is slightly longer, but of course they've got to turn around. We just need to get down and vacate. Let's get the spoilers up just to be sure nothing lifts us off. Right, is this Echo? So in reality, this is now closed. So we'd have to try and make Echo. I'm gonna try and be as realistic as I can. There's Echo. Walter traffic, Prefect 99, runway vacated, taxiing holding point Delta for runway 31 traffic. Where were we on the checks? Takeoff briefing, right, so we're going to depart from Delta.
61 Uniform, Ryanair 61 Uniform Charlie, we are ready for takeoff. Thank you very much for your patience.
That all worked out. Happy days. See, pilots can sort themselves out. So, takeoff briefing, we're going to at Delta. Line up, it's takeoff straight ahead, then 305 until 8 DME. We'll be all on FMS nav 2, and then direct to the VOR.
Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
I'm also conscious of the fact that we look like a... I think the default is an A320. Bit of bounce, but it's alright.
Monitor traffic going here, 610 from Charlie is airborne out of 1.
Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Pros.
So, nothing seen.
On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
Checked.
Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
And we're just on time. Malta traffic, prefect 99 lining up, taking off runway 31. Gozo 3 Delta departure. Malta traffic.
Approaching 3-1.
I do forget actually that the surface textures are so much better in 12. And then it gets spoilt by things like this straight line on the curves. Anyway, correct runway. We're 1 minute late. Flaps up. Let's go flight level change. X-rate departure. Yeah, we'll come left onto the flight directors because we should be doing 305. That is steep. So let's wind that up. Oh, I've run out of hands. Yeah, I bet that would be uncomfortable. I'm not going to follow the flight director for that. So far down. That is because we are in out, obviously. There we go, check FMAs. think our initial climb was 300.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers. Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization. Checked. Pax transition.
So let's go 300.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger sides.
Gonna leave those on.
CAS.
Clear.
After takeoff checklist complete.
Interesting that at neutral, the airplane is happily rolling to the right. If I've got any issue. Rudder seems to be alright. Give it a little kick just for fun. Fuel pilot in. Non-nav, flight level 718, standard set. What I didn't do was and yeah, you know, I did know that, and I have a feeling I don't have the lower format as a button. Can I do it on the other side? Yeah, I think I can, so I can bring the menu up and I can do that. Good, right. Prettiest of departures. Let's go do the curtain, and I might actually not forget to hook down this time. If the packs don't want to see. I haven't played with this for a while, but it's all a nice touch. Turned up. I guess that's the same traffic ahead of us. He's actually below us, 12 miles ahead. Easier to show on here. Yeah, Ryanair's ahead of us. Yeah, you know what? So I have, and you guys can see it, I've got direct to, so it's a G1000 bezel. So I have direct to, if I hit that, that brings up the bearing sources, because D with an arrow through makes sense to me. Flight plan, I can flick through those. You know what, I could do it the other side as well. So flight plan, button I use for that. Clear does clear. Menu is the menu. refs on procedure, and then enter, and then I've got a 2-position rotary. I could probably assign the range plus and minus to the little hat switch. I could definitely on the other side use the range to control the joystick for the charts, but because I can't display it, because they're 1080 screens, everything will be stretched. I've only got the 2 left and right on separate screens with the clock, which I think I can show. Let me just put this one on. I can't move this one. So that's what my other screen looks like, and obviously the PFD on the left I have simply just moved out of the way. The full screen has got more to the left of it. It's got the space there that's on the right hand side, obviously on the other side. So it's a bit of a hash. So I don't use charts on screen, etc. Yeah, I can't complain. I didn't buy it. I was very lucky to win it. So never look a gift horse. And it does make a big difference, and it really is good to have the extra screens, which of course you can do with just some standard screens would do it. So yeah, like I say, I'm not complaining, but of course it's not really set up for this jet. But it does give you a lot more flexibility, and it means, hence why I've got what you think is a stupid screen. I've got my bezel physically covering the screens there. It's set up perfectly in front of me, and it's quite immersive. You can always have more hardware though. So yeah, I can probably assign a few more buttons, but of course the issue that I've got is I then have to remember what all the buttons do, because they are all different. Stop here at 41 really, with 2 minutes late. We've got to climb about 3.9 I think. 2470 overhead. 2 minutes late. No Roma to speak of. And the Ryanair is probably going to be climbing. So I have stopped my climb here, actually. So ADEXI 340 is ADEXI. If the aeroplane ahead has not checked and validated that flight plan, then they may keep on climbing. Otherwise they should end up at the same height as us. Interesting artifact there, I don't know if you saw it. Of course, there's the Ryanair going the same way as us. Looks like they're going straight through the same level. So if they haven't validated their route, they may just climb all the way through. So yeah, I suppose I could also do with trying to map something to the nav source. I've got loads of buttons. But the screens aren't ideal, so I can't comfortably get them all on, which is a bit of a shame. Not the right aspect ratio anyway. And like I say, all I had to pay for was the stand double. It's a good bit of kit. I don't know if the screen quality, I suppose the screen quality doesn't have to be there, does it? I don't know if I'd be paying for it, but I suppose if you're using it for your G1000 trainer, then it's not bad yet. They're just climbing straight through that level. I have a feeling we're going to catch them up, because if they're Ryanair, they'll be at 7.8. So we may end up climbing into or through them. Because you can see ADEXI, oh no, you guys can't see ADEXI. There's ADEXI coming up, and we'll go up to why am I being dense? 340. ATC to speak of. I think we're already catching up. See, I can probably... I do have a range button. I just haven't assigned it. There are many, many things. It's a bit like the MFD buttons. If I'm going from left to right, so if you imagine the bottom of the G1000, it's got, what is it, 12 little arrow keys, and they normally point to something. I've got no label. I suppose I can make a background for it and squeeze it down a bit. But button 1 is summary, 2's AC, 3's DC, 4's hydraulic, 5's flights, and then box the CAS on the last one, and that's it. So what I don't know is the CCV and the DCV very well, because we don't really use them. So what's that, 10 miles ahead? So with that in mind, you can probably see why I asked for, so I've got 2 altitude knobs, and I've got bigger and a smaller, hence the request. I know there's only one that does everything in the CL650, but you saw the issue I had there. I don't get the fidelity and the resolution on these rotaries to wind it up particularly fast, so if I wind them up like that, it's not bad, but if I try and do anything really quick, I'm trying to go up really quick, you can see it just takes quite a long time, whereas if I could do thousands and hundreds, just like on the G1000, it would make my life easier, but I get it. Right, when do we take off? Wait. So we started off with 3010 and 200, which is about right. Predicted fuel burn for taxi and engine startup was 100. The OFP doesn't take into account the APU burn, which I had down as 100, which worked out quite well. So 4-1, I think they're going to be at exactly the same level as us. And we're not quite gaining down here. I'm going to cheat and use VATScope to see what the difference in speeds is. So they are doing 405, we're doing 425, so we'll catch them up. And how is the PFD? Is it alright? I don't know if the positioning's perfect. I need to redo the math because obviously I know how big the screen is, I know how many pixels it is, and I just need to set that up. But I think for eyeballing it, it wasn't too bad. I guess I can probably get rid of it in cruise. Or do you like it there? I don't know. Anyway, we should be arriving 15:51, 52. That arrival may be... Oh, that'll solve our problem. Going somewhere else. I do like the contrails. Pretty good. Now I think Simbrief expects me to be... No, so it doesn't, so I'll climb. I start the descent. And I suppose it's the other way around. No, I'm sure it's the other way around for descent. Anyway, there's no one to ask for further climb. We're here at 4:09, so we're 1 minute late. And we're overhead with 2300. 4,000 to go, so we're just fly level changing cruise climb. So, let's have a think. Plan. Okay. So, what was your suggestion? Let's get the other iPad so I've actually got some charts. Still getting 2100. You have to back up, shall I? Still getting 2122. Still got some legs. Ah, now this is the... So if you switch... it doesn't sync across devices. Which seems like a bit of a law in my mind. So I've set my charts up for one flight. 1,000 ago and checked. Don't know if the cursor is not. So I've set myself up. Doesn't save it. I've done the same. I've done it in browser. You can't prep and then it carry across, which does seem a bit flawed. You can't pin it to your flight, or if you can, I don't know how. And I do often need obvious. So we had a look at the arrival brief. It's an almost 8,000 foot long runway, so we're not going to be limited on that. And there are flashing buoys. Or if they're modern, I explain. I did it when I edited Gibraltar to put some to replicate that as best I could. Oh, someone to talk to. 242.
Quality 4603, let's land
310 approved.
Wait. Weather control, good afternoon. Prefect 99, flight level 340, ADUKA.
Warning 99, good evening, transponder 1000.
Squawk 1000, Prefect 99. Yeah, he does mark calls. It's alright. Same guy. So, can we get away with
Roma radar, Foxtrot 875 Lima, we are ready for descent.
Translator 75 Lima. Descend at your convenience and monitor Unicom. Bye bye.
So we're actually doing
Have a
direct.
great day, sir. Bye.
Bye bye. Lufthansa 24 Mike, monitor Unicom. Bye bye.
Let's pull up.
Unicom monitor 8, Lufthansa 24 Mike. Bye bye.
Frontier, flight level 210, Turkish 164.
Turkish 164, climb, flight level 290.
Flight level 290, Turkish 164.
Pollock's quite a long way over, and there's airways in the way. Yeah, figure it out.
AT71, Xebil 3 Charlie, arrival. Descend, flight level 190.
So 506 to 600. 506 to 600. Oh, I see.
They're calling before 603, but out of cockpit for...
Have a look.
Approved.
So 506 is part of that. So, you do a left turn. Parallel entry. Yes. Let me try it. So 506 to 600, that gets us to the IAF.
Italia 77 Mike, monitor
Do that quite high as well. Got to take that hold off.
Roma Radar, good evening. Higher on
So, happy with all those.
radio and the time check, please.
So we can just pop that up. Now,
002.
what I do need to do is put that restriction back
Ready
in.
to copy clearance.
Yes, affirmative, thank you, sir.
Although we should be at
You are cleared
220.
to Linate via Laxi
At 200.
710. Initially 6,000 feet. Transponder 1,000. Runway 06.
So overhead 600.
Allora. Ok, Iron 002, Alax 6 Hotel, 1000 Skok and 06 runway.
We said
What did I
5
just do?
Foxtrot Mike,
How does that
monitor
manage that?
Unicom, bye bye.
Right, Unicom, top space 85, Foxtrot Mike, ciao.
Hero 002, start and push up to.
Thank you very much.
Ryder 6 Papa Quebec, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Taking to Unicom, line F6 Papa
Ah,
Quebec,
new
bye-bye.
hold, 6 left, roger. There we go. So, I think we want, say, 600.
And a 39er Mike uniform, do you have the charts on board?
With 069, left turns, test ICAO. There we go. That's the hold I'm looking for.
Okay, G21 Charlie approved ILS 01.
Does it work out the distance? You can get away with one.
Tango Romeo 164, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Hunter, can you come by back junction 164?
So yeah, it's going to give some parallel entry, come back, we can cancel and just carry on.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1020.
It's below 14,000, so it should be 1 minute, shouldn't it? Am I talking trash? Is it the other way around? Let's control A. It's good having you here who knows the inside out. Right, where's my home page?
Lufthansa Cargo 989, good evening to you, radar contact. Climb flight level 380.
Radar côté unique Lufthansa 39 Bravo, flight level 350, inbound 310.
1 minute up to and including flight level 140, yeah. I was right.
Bravo,
Good on me.
descend flight level 190, return 3 Charlie arrival, ILS 34 right.
Return 3 Charlie arrival, descend to flight
This is,
level 160,
of course, going to go to trash
ILS 34 right.
if anybody's there.
From a radar, good day. Jordan 391, climb 20, next waypoint.
So I wanted at least 4 EMSAs 37. Happy days.
Ray 391, ciao, good evening, climb flight level 300.
Is it worth putting the 200 in? I'm going to put it in anyway. What have we got? Have we got some actual ATIS?
Hello, this is the one to Echo inbound. Agno, flight level 350.
Arrivare 9862, radar contact.
So we're truncating the arrival. 506.
771, clear to land, wind
Squaring ourselves away. Inbound 20. The RMP minimums are 637. 640.
Station calling.
We need 2,800 meters.
Die Lufthansa 1 to Echo, flight level 350, inbound Gafra.
Lufthansa 1 to Echo, good evening to you.
So interesting, daytime only. Interesting, what time sunset?
And descend flight level 250 initially.
10250, expect retake 3 Charlie, 34 right. Lufthansa 1 to Echo.
1724. Arriving 1550.
Monitor Unicom, bye bye. Roma, Iron 005 for descent clearance. Iron 005, descend at your convenience, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Roma Center, hello, this is Agent 3360 at flight level 340.
Agent 3360, hello, descend flight level 120.
Right.
Latina 3 Charlie, arrival ILS 34 right.
Overhead, ADUKA 02. 2 minutes late.
3 Charlie, arrival for runway 34 left.
2060. So
right.
fuel burn's correct.
Runway 34 right.
AT 71, contact room arrival 125.5.
Contact room arrival 125.5 AD 71, ciao, grazie.
Ciao.
Control, good
Oh,
afternoon.
runs lit up.
We are flight level 310, inbound at the intersection.
Calam 892, radar contact, descend flight level 210. LCAP 3 Charlie arrival.
210, aircraft at 3 Charlie arrival, Canada minute.
Roma radar, Iron 002, ready to taxi.
002, taxiing via Quebec.
Of those levels, they're a little bit loud for me.
Quebec taxi, Quebec, thank you. Welling 6110, flat up 30 machine.
Which station? Say again, call sign?
Welling 6110.
Welling 6110, good evening to you. Descend flight level 160, Balma 3 Charlie arrival.
Balma 3 Charlie arrival, start to descend flight level 160, Welling 6110. Please confirm if possible, proceed direct to Balma right now for waiting 6110.
Affirmative.
Super, thank you.
Gradually catching up.
Roma radar AD71.
AD71, go.
Sorry, sir, can you say again the frequency?
125.5.
Okay, we contacted 125.5, but nobody answers.
Now it's online. Try again now.
Okay, thank you, AD1.
Why?
Why? Why?
Sorry, sir, I do not understand. Why you want to change the frequency? You are in my space.
Yeah, I have to go offline thing for 50 minutes. I'll be out here airspace in 50 minutes.
Okay. Leave a cockpit disapproved, reporter coming back.
Why? Brilliant.
Stanza 39 Bravo, conduct Roma arrival 125.5.
125.5,
Ah, we should have gone to Nice. Nice and Cannes lit up. I just didn't fancy such a long leg, and I don't think we've done any Corsican airports. There's actually quite a few arrivals. One's arrived, one's departing, 2 of us are in flight, one's ahead. Where's the other one coming from? Nice. They might actually get there. 15:53 is their ETA. That's about the same time as us.
Lufthansa 426, 4,000
Most people don't always play nice on VATSIM.
Okay, 378, good evening to you. Uksuta 1 Quebec arrival, ILS 08.
Uksut 1 Quebec arrival, still waiting for confirmation.
Runner 45 Whiskey, taxi via Alpha. Removing the 5 Charlie Foxtrot, descend flight level 190, Seabill 3 Charlie arrival.
Can you repeat the island?
Seabill 3 Charlie, fly level 190.
What is good on the Seabill 3 Charlie arrival, 5 Charlie.
Jamma Cargo 989er, monitor Unicom, bye-bye. Now, Lufthansa 12 Echo, descend flight level 190.
Descend 190, Lufthansa Echo.
1771, parking at your discretion, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
So what else can we do? Arrivals wise, there's an NDB. There's a VO1 or 8. Miles it picks up. Magic. Austin's Magic. Alpha Juliet Oscar. Could even listen to it. There's that Morse code. Same with the ADF.
Italia 61 Victor, monitor Unicorn, bye bye.
Monitor Unicorn, Victor. Thank you, bye.
So, what have we got out to the left? Cagliari? In the mist, in the murk. Oh, Austin's Magic, so I'm pretty sure 200 is the magic number for VOR range, isn't it? And the VOR is dead. And then springs into life. Austin's Magic is clearly inferior to Toto's Magic. Because Lib Radio will simulate the nav aids properly.
002, holding point Alpha, ready for departure.
002, clear for takeoff, 050, 12 knots.
Okay, thank you, sir. Copy the wind. Line up, go.
Yep. Cancel that one. Send it again.
Lufthansa 12 Echo, contact arrival 125.5.
I've tried SIGNET before actually. Smooth sailing so far, so we jinxed it now. Yeah, I think the default X-plane radios take the... No, they can't even take the designated coverage, can they? Because the nav aid's obviously going to have longer range than the DOC. And they don't even take the DOC and magically spring to life at 60 miles. I guess it's just a bit too much math. That wasn't notebook. Let's take some after flight notes. So I'm going to map range to the G1000. So that's a 4 position. 4 is it? No. Plus and minus twist, and it's going to push as well. Push to pan. I'll have to think about what I can use that for. Now I've got to do the screen math. And then I can put the MFD up as well.
Good evening to you. Climb fly level at least 0.
Climbing 360, nitro.
Yeah, we're coming to ABKON. Should have been there at 13. We get there at 1:05, still 2 minutes late. Probably need to put noise gate on the mic because that still picks up a little bit. I thought Steel Series were noise cancelling. I suppose noise cancelling doesn't necessarily equal noise gate, does it? I don't know if I need a compressor on anything else, maybe on the desktop and phone audio. Because of course they can come through quite spectacularly loud.
Livello di pompo 180, avvicinamento Latina 300. No, 120. 120. Roma.
Region 3360, contact Roma arrival 125.5.
My radar, I don't have
002, climb flight level 300.
So for the arrival, the NDB, no, it looks like the ARP actually. Yeah, it's the ARP for the MSAs. There's 11,100 to the north and east. 6-3, the sector that we're coming in, and then as we go out, 4-1 out to 25 miles. What is the approach plate to say? 3-7. No, different point. So the MSAs are from India Juliet, India Kilo Juliet 20. So there is some good terrain around. Could get comfy in the back. Where's the block figs? Such a shame that explain. I mean, that is one thing MSFS does seem to do very well. All the way in. Yeah. PSX certainly looks really good in FS 2020. Active Sky putting the haze in. It looks pretty good. Not perfect, you need a better monitor. I don't think I've seen any ultra wides with flickering shadows. I don't think I've seen any true 10-bit monitors, ultra wide anyway, and I do like ultra wide. Cut-offs maybe not perfect, but the haze is pretty good. Yesterday was good, and you could see a line above it. That was quite realistic. I don't know if that's an X-Plane thing, or if it's an active sky, active sky running in the background. It does help that immersion. Just need Ortho with some ground textures, so it looks good on the ground at airports. So we're approaching top of descent. The other guys inbound, approximately the same sort of distance. I think they might get stressy. So let's see what's happening with flight radar.
Ryanair 425.
Nothing for a while. So, the last arrival.
From radar, this trainer 4 will be at 2440
Okay. Looks like they took the RMP straight in from Marseille. Yeah. The last flight in took the approach we took. They had they were coming from the right direction to make it pretty much straight in. We've got that little bit of a delay.
Wind 5 Charlie Foxtrot contact Rome arrival 125 decimal point.
Roma 125 decimal 5, remain 5 Charlie Foxtrot, bye-bye.
So on VNAV.
Ciao.
Marseille's online.
Romeo Juliet Alpha.
Oh, they're going to cover
Romeo Alpha
us.
Juliet 3901, monitor uniform. Bye-bye.
So there's two of them. Oh no, there's Nice.
Iran 003, monitor uniform. Bye-bye.
So it's contact via voice.
Quality
65.
4603, monitor uniform. Bye-bye. Ryanair 425.
Got those. Con 2, 125. 65.
Flight level 240, going forecast.
425, climb flight level 300.
Flight level 300 for flight, grazie.
Looking a bit better.
Ryanair 39er Mike uniform, descend flight level 200.
The haze is definitely much improved. Especially sort of in the valleys. So once we get the descent hull, start thinking about. Oh, I can do it now. No, I can't because I've got the weather. Where's the weather not coming through? Where has that dropped off? What I think I can do is, where's the sat phone? I haven't used that for a while. There it is.
Hot start flight support. Jenny speaking. How can we help?
Get the truck arranged.
Understood.
Sunday Papa Mike, good evening.
Anything else?
Climb flight
That's
level
it.
360.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Prefect 99 request descent.
Boarding 99 are descend flight level 200.
Descent flight level 200, prefect 99.
Charlie, good evening.
Go through a resort to Google in a minute for the Meta.
Roma Radar, Iron 002, reaching flight level 300, inbound ADEXI.
So the last update I had was at 13:30. It's a bit old. If that's what we've got to go on.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, descend flight level 170.
2693.
And 40 Romeo, contact from arrival 125.5. Bye-bye.
Has that changed over so quick? Guess because I've not got it in VNAV.
Welling 9 Charlie Foxtrot, contact Milan radar. Frequency 127.45. Bye.
127.45, this is on the radar, Welling 9 Charlie Foxtrot, thank you, and goodbye.
Bye-bye. Runway 39 Mike uniform, descent flight level 160. Hotran 550 Charlie, leaving my space. Monaco uniform. Bye-bye.
So we're obviously going to be lower than that. VRS 21 anyway. So we've got field length 1211. That's 2,400 meters. If we're on 20, we have a landing beyond the threshold 2072. So that's factored as well. We have ample runway, even at our current weight. Well, we're not going to be any shorter because we're going to be flying the same speed. 6. There's no climb restriction coming in this way. Right. Put that in as 0 if we don't get an update.
39 Mike uniform, descend flight level 90.
So 1500 is what I've got from the internet. That's given us 2307. Still cav okay. Still 13 and 3 and still 30. This means to deselected 1200 meters. Next speed 10 minutes.
Skyling 180, contact from arrival 125.5.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness.
Simulated, let's put that on after I do the cut. I guess I tried to walk into the door and ended up back in my seat. Interesting. I was just pressing W there to round.
Passenger signs.
Not bumpy, but I'll forget if I don't put one now.
Pressurization.
Field elevation is 0.
Fuel quantity and balance.
60 kilos on the right. Interesting. Maybe that's from earlier. It's just
FMS landing data charts.
Done. Charts up. What I am going to do is set that standard anyway.
Approach briefing.
So we're going to follow the TEREZ 2 November overhead Romeo Bravo NDB to 506, then 506, enter the hold, course reversal into the RMP for runway 20 authorization required. We're going to pretend that we've got that authorization. Minimums are set 202, 3000 is a mandatory platform, and 637, so 640 for the minimums. The missed approach is 604 at max 160, and Horo 3. Oh yes, it has. There we go.
VNAV transition flight level.
Transition flight level set.
Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
Oh, we're going to pick it up. We're looking for dit da dit da dit dit dit. And no, I don't know Morse code. I just get it off the charts. That's what it's printed there for. Well, a lot of the old school heroes do actually know their Morse code because they had to do it as part of their exams back in the day. Cross flow, cleared. Cancel, both level.
After G2 descend according to the minima and report establish ILS at 01.
Nothing on the ATIS, that's fine, I can live with that. Prefect 99 request further descent.
Welling 99, descend on your discretion, leaving my space, monitor unit.
It's at my discretion and monitor Unicom. Thank you for the service, Prefect 99, bye bye. So I thought we might pick up Marseille, but clearly not. So, let's get vertical speed in and then we'll go to level change. Start that descent off. Down like a brick. What do we need? 2,800. Let's set that. Start winding the speed back. I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong because I think it's Ajaccio. Ajaccio. Ajaccio? Different in France. Ajaccio. Let's go for that. So 2.8 we're struggling with. Are we going to be below? We're down at 3. So we'll call overhead TEREZ. About 15 minutes to run. Really? Is that Marseille? It is. 12465, 12765, can't see.
See, 2 stations, 1. Butter 6, 542 identified, climb flight level 100 initially.
This is going to be confusing.
Speedbird 3 Hotel Mike from Pomek, clear on P0 approach, runway 31 right.
From Pomek, clear on P0 31 right, Speedbird 3 Hotel Mike.
Station calling at Lyon, say again your call sign.
Okay, we'll call the path up.
We're 38 go ahead. Kilo 385, number 1 for clearance, call you back.
See, this is where it doesn't work. Clearance and everything. I need to speak to the guy. People on the ground.
Marseille control, bonsoir, identified.
I'll say good evening. Prefect 99 Challenger 650 inbound to Ajaccio, and we're passing flight level 135 overhead TEREZ, and we're expecting a RMP 20 on arrival.
Link 99, Marseille control, bonjour, identified, expect radar vectors and PM approach runway 20.
Vectors for the RMP, Prefect 99, thanks.
Link 99, turn now heading 320 degrees.
Left heading 320 degrees, Prefect 99.
Bonsoir, Scandinavian 548.
So I'm going to take VNAV off, doing a vertical speed. Try about 15.
Scandinavian 548, Marseille control, bonjour, direct, Perus clear, Perus 7 Romeo arrival report for descent.
So all of our hard work wasted.
Perus 7 Romeo will call Scandinavian 548.
Delta 6542, continue climb flight level 380.
So I think we still need to keep coming down.
Foxtrot Tango Echo, pas de contrôle après Unicum 78, bonne soirée.
Let's try 12. Let's try tidying it up, so we're going to get vectored for the approach.
Juliette Alpha, ton instruction.
Tout station at 1. Ainsi, il y a 26 Juliette Alpha, autorisé approche GB Alpha, piste 20,
2.
Autorisé approche, on rappelle en finale, 15 26 Juliette Alpha.
Chicane 405, Tyler, Marseille contrôle, bonjour.
How far off what he's given us?
Control, frequency 127.450.
Canadian 5480, request descent.
Canadian 5480, descent flight level 190.
Flight level 190, Canadian 5480.
Lufthansa 68 Victor, Lufthansa ATC,
so RMP's on.
Lufthansa 68 Victor, Lufthansa ATC, Unicom 128, bye-bye.
Prefect 99 request further descent.
Link 99, descent flight level 60.
Descent flight level 60, Prefect 99.
Marseille, bonsoir, Ryanair 55 Alpha Papa with you at flight level 370 inbound SE.
Does look like a beautiful island, and we are level with that terrain.
Marseille control, bonjour. Station calling at Lyon for pushback. 5541 Delta pushing south, route facing east, QNH 1031. Studio 385 ready to copy. Deux stations en même temps. Studio 385 ready to copy.
So passing 10.
Studio 385 clear to Heathrow, runway 09, Dembo 6 Echo departure scope 5671.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters.
35 lead back is correct, QNH 1031, start and push at your discretion.
Still flight level, we've only got one to change.
Avionics.
4052, pas de contrôle à prévoir, Unicom 78, bonne soirée.
Check to
External lights.
4052, pas de contrôle à prévoir, Unicom 78,
N1
bonne soirée.
target.
Merci, au revoir, bonne soirée, Unicom 72.
Chicane 405, request for 5614. Chicane 4059, correction, recycle scope 5614. Je baguette 11 Oscar Charlie sur la fréquence.
En fréquence, je baguette 11 Oscar Charlie.
11 Oscar Charlie, transpondeur 1000 s'il vous plaît.
Transpondeur 1000, je baguette 11 Oscar Charlie.
Le groupe 2052 avec vous, niveau A70.
Two station at 1, le groupe 20, correction, right brake, speed at 3, hotel Mike 31 right clear to land with call.
Same as what I've got.
Groupe 2052, Marseille contrôle, bonjour, montez niveau 260.
Le niveau 260, le groupe 2052.
15K 26, Juliette Alpha en finale.
Corsica 26 Juliette Alpha, piste 20 autorisé atterrissage en 230 degrés 7.
Autorisé atterrissage piste 20, Corsica 26 Juliette Alpha.
Canada 2 for X-ray runway 17 right, clear for takeoff in 180 degrees 7 knots. Z25 Foxtrot Kilo, identified at flight level 70, climb flight level 380. Stand by, break. Easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo for climb turn, left heading to 90.
So the airport's in this valley here, I think. Yeah.
Baguette 76, contactez Nice approche 134 475, au revoir. 134 475,
Check we're waiting for APU PAX transition. Why have we got stuck at that? APU's on.
APU PAX
Oh,
transition.
there we go.
Avail complete. APU generator. On. CAS.
Check's clear.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
5 Quebec at stand 4, Ajaccio, request clearance to Rennes.
Ajaccio. I know the French said
France 25, Quebec, you cleared to Rennes runway 20, T-Not 1 Romeo departure. Initial climb 3,000 feet, scope 1,000. Clear to Rennes, runway 20, clear the T-Not 1.
So 3.6, we're going to configure, be 7 miles out, configure at the FAP, at least with gear down.
Quebec is correct, unit 1030, start with code report at taxi. Will report when ready for taxi, France 5 Quebec. Abelag, 93 Gold, contact please approach 134.475, bye. Easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo, resume on navigation direct, Amoro. Hotel Mike, taxi at your discretion, bye-bye. And even 5480, continue descent flight level 140.
Say again, name 5480.
5480, continue descent flight level 140.
Flight level 140, name 5480.
Hey, le groupe 150 d'information trafic, on a 320, même niveau, montant au même niveau, correction, pardon, ludotique devant, Unicam 122, une bonne soirée. Le groupe 152, Marseille.
Oui, le groupe 152, oui, j'ai bien reçu l'information, merci.
Journée.
I'm going to brush up on my French. I'd like to go flying in France.
Easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo direct, ADUKA. For X-ray, identify the flight level 70, climb flight level 300. Waiting 1 check temperature. Flight level 310. 5310. 5310. Juliette Alpha pour instruction. 2 station at 1 Corsica, 26 Juliette Alpha, roulez à convenance, bonne journée. La convenance, merci, bon savoir. Two station at 1 again, Corsica 44 Echo Romeo, numéro bloc clearance, je m'appelle. Fan 541 Delta taxi by Tango Juliet Tango, holding point 17 right.
Just heading out over the sea. Prefect 99 request further descent.
Stand by, Frank Mike, easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo contact, Paris control 128.105.
128.105, for easy 25 Foxtrot Kilo.
I think you better just clear us through the approach.
Feeling 99, maintain flight level 604 now, you need to be at flight level 60 over Kilo Juliet 601.
We're at flight level 60 and we've gone past Prefect 99.
Marseille contrôle, bonjour, Corsica 784, depuis quelle ville demande de visa routier faire Nice?
Alex Wally, Yankee number 2 for clearance, call you back. Corsica 44 et Corméo prêt à copier. Corsica 44 et Corméo mise en route pour Nice approuvé, départ piste 36.
A direct and a clearance for the approach would do us.
Enquête éco Romeo, correct. Mise en route et repoussage approuvé, QLH à 4031.
We'd be better off just carrying on with our own plan.
Mise en route et repoussage et nomination. QLH à Cali 1031. En 62, correction, Air France 6223, Marseille contrôle.
Corsica 784, depuis quelle ville demande de visa routier faire Nice?
Station Atlante à Cali, Bruxelles. France 6223, Marseille contrôle, bonjour, identified, climb flight level 340. Calam 2 for X-ray, contact Paris control 128.105.
Marseille contrôle, bonjour, Corsica
Can we do a POZZO hold?
5 sur 5.
Yes, we can.
Demande de visa routier faire pour Nice depuis quelle ville?
784 numéro 2 pour la clearance, je me rappelle.
There we go.
Heading 99, descend 4000 feet, QNH 1030.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1030, Prefect 99.
Actually, radar Swiss Airlines 5 Kilo Charlie, requested to descend.
Mr. Kilo Charlie, descend flight level 230 level by Maxos.
Right, are we going to that hold? Yes.
5 Kilo Charlie.
Yes, Swiss 5 Kilo Charlie, descend flight level 230 level by Maxos.
Prefect 99 entering the hold present position.
Heading 99, proceed direct Kilo Juliet 601, clear the RMP approach runway 20, report on timer.
Direct 601, clear the RMP 20, will code Prefect 99. No, not instructed, but you know what? It's VATSIM. They ain't gonna do it. So he said 601, he meant 600. So we're cleared for the approach. RMP's armed. Yeah, no, not. I should have started the hold before then. We were above MSA, even with the descent. So I'd definitely be happy doing that in reality, just to make the point. Let's go with some beans, shall we? I mean, the guy's busy, but this is the issue with VATSIM and top-down. It doesn't work controlling airfields. Clearance by CPDLC or text is fine, but you need to hand people off to the approach and do what they do in the States. Just hand them over to Unicom or the tower frequency for the airfield. I don't think that would be impossible to implement.
134,475, Simhaven 548.
Now, so he wanted us to go to 601 because we've gone past everything. We're probably not far off it, and he sees it on the screen. It's a mandatory 3. I'm just going to be cheeky and go to Juliet 20. Max 220 anyway.
Corsica 784 0 pour 17 pour 36, Saudry unité, Robé augmenté initialement.
Pretty sure we'd be. So it's 11. It's 12 miles. About where we are. 137 is the reciprocal. Yeah, it's not far off. So he thought we had it loaded and we were somewhere near it. Whatever. Right, to do it properly we'd have to reload the approach, change the IAF, but it's the sim, plus we know we're over, but no one's going to die. We're still above MSA. He gave us 4, he cleared us for the approach, but we do need 3.
524 identified, runway 05 clear, Tarset 3 Tango arrival, report for descent.
3 Tango arrival, 05, we are ready for descent.
So, he's too busy. I'm going to select 3. I'm going to on VNAV.
Air France 2322 clear, Tarset 3 Tango arrival, runway 05.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever.
So, get that running just so I'm ready. Otherwise I'll forget to hit the button. It's pretty cool terrain. Beautiful evening in Corsica.
Marseille, bonjour, Fox Golf Alpha, Mike Lima.
Fox Golf Alpha, Mike Lima, Marseille Contrôle, bonjour, passez votre message.
Fox Golf Alpha, Mike Lima en DA20 à Calvi.
So the IF is 20. It's a mandatory 3 and it's a level platform, so I'm happy to run in at 220 because we can lose that speed as we level off.
Dès que prêt, roulez piste 36, information trafic 2 à 320 sur le parking avec vous.
Vers 7003, le QNH 1030, dès que prêt, on
Ah, actually the FMC. So got that as a mandatory 3.
Runway 20 clear to land wind, con.
Clear to land 20, thank you, Prefect 99.
Battery 1 to Marseille Control, bonjour, 7 scope 1000.
There's V path. Clear for the approach. Going down to the IAF. Charmed. We will be level.
6542, continue climb, flight level 380.
I use the taxi lights in reality. Once cleared to land. If the aeroplane has them. This is a fun approach. It would be even better if we had Ortho. Bounce capture as we expected. Why the speed back. VGP captured. Ooh. Bit of a balloon.
Ryanair 5 Golf Zulu, recycle scope 5722.
Interesting.
Ryanair 5 Golf Zulu.
Look, we're climbing. I'm just going to leave it and see what it does.
Ryanair 5 Golf Zulu, Marseille.
So the mist is 3. Final is 202. Let's just wind that in.
2500.
Altimeter setting.
Is fine. Oh, I said we were going to configure, didn't I? That was my fault. Got behind the aeroplane as it climbed there.
Down, no steer, arm centered clear, anti-skid.
Was it?
Arc tested,
It's 200.
Wing cow anti-ice.
Oh, bad drills from me. Anti-ice number.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps.
Holding on the landing flap.
You
can actually come back to landing flap now.
Thanks for your collaboration.
Fox Mike Lima, point de Alpha, piste 36 Calvi.
Thankfully, you don't program it to brake when not over.
Fox, Mike Lima, pardon, vous avez besoin de remonter la piste ou pas?
Set. CAS.
Mike Lima, piste
Checked.
36 autorisé
Before
décollage,
landing
maintien,
checklist complete.
rappelez, passant
After landing checklist next.
Passant 2000 pieds, autorisé décollage, piste 36, Fox Mike Lima.
For the station connection again.
1000.
Next one, Lima Yankee, go ahead. 1 Lima Yankee, follow the speed with the British Airways A320 to runway 09 and 24 depart.
Anyway, we got stable. Yeah, I could have left it a bit
If
longer.
if he's behind you, then he will follow you.
Site control, hello, Swiss 25,
So landing flap set, we haven't been cleared to land.
Swiss 25, Marseille control, bonjour, proceed direct, Nildo.
Direct Nildo, Swiss
3.6 it says.
Click, Xantel 3 Tango, arrive at runway 05.
That's a very nice line.
3 Tango, 05, Ryder 5 Golf, Zulu Marseille.
Did the nose drop there?
Air France 232 to descent flight level 200 initially. Contact.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching 20.
Marseille control, bonsoir. Postman 455, level 290.
Continue.
455 Marseille control, bonsoir. I think Roma still have your tag. Stand by.
All the overspeed checks. And how much are they?
483 numéro un peu la clé en joie. 784, pardon, on est prêt pour la défi. 2 station at 1 again. Station appelant encore à Calvi pour le roulage répété s'il vous plaît. Dans ce cas, 784 mètres de batterie.
100.
184, roulez à contenance, piste 36, rappelez prêt pour le départ.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
541 Delta identified, climb flight level 3.
Spoilers are up. Versus deployed. We're a little bit long on the touchdown, so some gentle braking.
It's 7 Mike Alpha
Versus
Marseille
stowed.
control, bonjour, set scope 5601.
5601, 7 Mike.
Soleil 6008, Alpha ITC, Unicom 1228.
So land at 5.6. And we're going to go all the way to the end.
Ryanair 55, Alpha Papa, Alpha ITC, Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
The gear didn't break, thankfully.
Bonsoir, Tom Swiss 597 Tango, passing flight 146, climbing flight 170 inbound to Paris.
We get live maintenance.
Tango, Marseille control, bonjour, climb flight level 260.
Flight level 260 with Tom Swiss 597.
Realistic bills.
Ryanair 5 Golf Zulu, Marseille. Ryanair 55, Alpha Papa, Alpha ITC, Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Marseille control, Air France 25 Quebec, holding short 20.
Air France 25 Quebec, say again.
Holding short, runway 20 at Ajaccio.
Yeah, Prefect 99 has vacated 20 at Ajaccio. Guess I stepped on it.
That was Air France 24 Quebec. Correction, Air France 25 Quebec, line up and wait runway 20.
Line up and wait 20, 25 Quebec.
Link 99, confirm runway 20 vacated.
Vacated, Prefect 99.
France 25 Quebec, runway 20, clear for takeoff, wind call.
Copied wind, clear for takeoff, 25 Quebec.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Pros. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cow anti-ice.
Shanix 1 Lima Yankee, runway 09, correction. Clear for takeoff at 50 degrees 5 knots.
Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS.
265 contact.
All
Fly
time.
control 128.
Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
Free station at 1. French back at 06 Charlie Marseille contrôle bonjour. Direct VVAR, autorisé arrivée VVAR 7 Romeo.
So, this is the commercial apron. Let's see if we can get into the private apron. Gotta turn left on Golf.
Messieurs, laissez les autres répondre avant de parler, s'il vous plaît. Line 541 Delta, 905 ITC, Unicom 1228, bye.
Taxi lights for clearance are only any use if they're in the field of view, which I don't.
Air France 84, donc mise en route pour Montpellier approuvé, piste 36
So there should be an apron around here. Thanks, Toto. All errors, expensive ones, but small. Thanks for joining, I appreciate it. Testament to your hard work.
Allez, 1 Lima Bravo on frequency.
1 Lima Bravo 35.
1 Lima Bravo identified, proceed direct need do.
Direct to the 1 Lima Bravo.
Eventually want to descend. 312 descent flight level 200. Jose 524, descent flight level 120.
Interesting. Are those green lights at the side?
2322, descent flight level 130. INFR Golf Zulu.
Baggage trucks are getting away.
23, numéro pour la claire, je rappelle dans 30 secondes.
Right. So this is the apron. Can we find somewhere to fit?
Ici 783, j'ai pas de plan de fond. Contact on each other, guys, please. The 85 on the way, 099 up and wait.
These ground vehicles are terrible.
X1, let me say altitude passing.
I'm his boss. I don't think we'd fit down there. I did wonder if we'd fit into there, but I'm not sure. So, I think... And this is quite accurate. Looks very accurate to
Mike,
what I saw.
cleared to Heathrow, runway 31 right, ADEXI 6 November departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, scope 5770.
Should fit in here.
ADEXI 6 November departure.
Let's double check. Yes.
25 Quebec, 3,000 feet.
A little bit of a line. Maybe not perfect.
QNH at Marseille 1032, report for push. Air France 25 Quebec identified, climb flight level 100.
Gonna do.
100.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2. Off. Engine 2 shut down.
144 Echo, confirmé Delta 44 Echo Rango.
Fuel boost pumps. Off. Fuel system.
So right's not running, we're looking for right low pressure.
Standby, quand il y a 44 Echo, vous avez votre client.
Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
Checked.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon.
44 Echo Romeo, pardon.
No steer.
J'ai un plan de vol de
Off.
Newark,
ATC TCAS.
s'il vous plaît.
Standby 0. Parking brake if chalked.
Those chocks.
Passenger signs. Off. Cabin differential. 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
Roger. French Baguette 06 Charlie, passez votre message. French Baguette 06. French Baguette 06 Charlie, passez votre message. Charlie reçu.
Our ride is here. Thank you, Captain. Always such a pleasure flying with you. Have a nice rest of your day.
Got stuck again.
5662, please.
5662, Turkish 476.
Yeah, that's correct.
F184, on passe de Mickey.
784, transport la mode Charlie, s'il vous plaît.
On transpond de Charlie, Corsica 784.
Standby, Mike, Easy 8058, Marseille Control, bonjour. Call me airboat passing 2,000 feet, please.
I tell you one thing I am surprised at, that you can have an emergency exit that's blocked by a seat.
Trafic prêt à quelle vue pour le départ, Colson?
Surprised it wasn't moved to here, but I guess that would be
783, piste 36, autorisé décollage, vent 10 degrés 4 nœuds.
Maybe we'll move it.
Corsica 44, Echo, Romeo prêt à accueillir votre cliente. Corsica 44, Echo, Romeo mise en route pour Nice approuvé 36, Sauderie Unité Romeo et transpondeur bien. Corsica 44, Echo, Romeo, vous n'avez pas encore reçu le 15. Sorry for the late call, runway 9 clear for takeoff. The wind is 50 degrees 5 knots. 44 Echo Romeo, va autant pour moi. Alors, piste 36 autorise à décollage, le vent 10 degrés 4.
That was takeoff and the wind, but I didn't catch the wind.
Corsica 784 identifié, monté niveau 140.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Charlie Mike, Marseille Control, bonjour, montez niveau 3.
Emergency lights are off.
AC/DC utility switch.
Is off.
Headsets. Thrust reversers.
Both off.
Chocks.
In.
Parking brake.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Off.
Nav lights, logo light.
Gotta leave those on.
APU generator.
We'll hold there until we've got the 3 minutes down. I see what they've done there. Stuck a building facade in the hangar. Give it an entrance. Not bad. Good tricks.
Continue descent 5,000 feet, QNH is 1031, expect tail runway 05.
Frame rate wise, get 46 FPS, but with some dips, although I don't get stutters. I'm GP limited at this point.
APU start stop.
So generator start stop packs.
10 stage isolation valve. APU power fuel.
Yeah.
ICAS APU gauge. Battery master. Cockpit refuel panel.
Well, those are off.
Service lights, pins and covers. Securing checklist complete.
Delta Sierra Lima Marseille Control.
So the APU is off at 1608. With 1270 fuel. What did I get to? They're off. Are they out? Difficult to tell. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate it. What did we touch down at according to Atlanta? Minus 200. Felt pretty soft. And I am aiming for greasers. In the touchdown zone at least. How far down were we? Does it tell me that? Gives me a landing G-force landing speed. It doesn't give me the distance from the threshold. A bit low. It worked out. It's a nice approach into a nice island. The APU's on gauge. Kill that. And then it's just a case of waiting for another 8 minutes to check the oil. But I won't sit through that. Obviously you can't hear anyone online because we've turned off. I didn't get to thank the guy, but I'll do it in text. There's the aeroplane looking magnificent. Explain scenery, the new hangar assets and things actually look pretty good. Put some effort into put parking spaces. Pretty good airport actually. Work on those ground vehicles, get rid of them all together. There we are, I'll call it a night. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.